another trailer update here. As you can see, the deck plates are tacked in. A little bit more finish welding to do. Need to weld it on this edge better. I'll fill it in there. But you can see what I'm come up with here. If need be, the car could be rolled up farther here if it had to, but mostly this is to give me a place to stand when loading the car and that. I've also added some angle iron pieces there and over here, because I'm thinking if I could find a piece of metal, I might just cover that completely so it's like a covered toolbox. Probably hinge it from back there, so even if the car's on it, I can still kind of open it, as long as the chains are in the way, but still. So that's a new idea. And for the headache rack, I think I'm just going to go ahead and use this. I was going to put it back on, but it used to go back here and across there to keep the keep the car in line. I would like to put it back on so if the tire hit it, it didn't ride off, but then it would either just be on that short area there. Since I don't have any of this angle iron to bring this back out, I could put it there, but I don't know. You see how close the tire is to the edge there, so I don't want it like that close. So I think I'll just go up and over. I was just thinking the other day, because I have to go this way since there's no way to go that way. If I go too slope back, I'm gonna have to kind of go steep. Otherwise, if the car did come flying through, that just act as a ramp and ramp it over it. But I guess it'd hook it. But since these bumpers are notorious for wanting to go up, I want to make sure that doesn't happen. I guess I'll have to make sure it's high enough to where it hits a car like this here. But that'll work out. And I got a huge project I'm thinking about doing since I'm going through all this trouble. I'll have to take the car off. So what to do with this space back here? Well, I've already had an idea. Plus, no place to put the chains back here. It'd be nice to have two toolboxes. So I think that's what I'm going to do, because I've had the piece forever and haven't used it. This here, I pulled this out for an old man. It was his old electrical box or telephone box in his business, and I took it out for free so I could have the scrap. So what I think I'm going to do is cut this thing down, and I'm actually going to have to remove this because that's going to become the top. You might think, why would I use that as the top and not the bottom? But what I'm going to use for the bottom and the back is this stuff over here with the holes in it. That way water can drain through mud. So now what I got to do is take the car off, and I'm going to box it from here up in front of that, across and back over, and basically I'm going to remove all this bent up damaged stuff anyways. It ain't really doing anything. All this was to hold on the wooden deck that it used to have a long time ago, but I like the center to be open. Derby cars are messy and I'd rather just go on the ground. So I'll cut all this out, weld in place. So I'll have to do a little work here. Be careful with my power wire, the lights, and then I'll take that flat piece and I'll actually make a hinged door opening back here, actually hinged up there, opening back here, just because this up there I don't really need to put a lid on it. Stuff doesn't fly out, but stuff back here where the trailer kind of bounces could fly out, so I'll put a lid that can be closed and locked, and then I can throw all my back chains like this big old hook, just throw it in there, and it should be fine. Just in case that thin stuff plus that thing that has holes that's got to be made in sections, I'll take another piece of this stuff or some flat stock and run it on the bottom of that box to weld to, and also make sure nothing falls through. Well, that'd be it. Car ain't doing nothing but sitting here. Someday, I guess in April, we'll be running this. All my fancy work. You can't even tell the rear end looks mostly stock, which it is, but except for it's got a 12 bolt axles and different gears in it. The only fancy thing you see is my fancy drain plug, or actually a fill plug at the top. that's about it. It's brand new gas shocks because I like suspension. And you notice I ain't even running my chains anymore. Yeah. These springs are welded in, or actually they're strapped in, so I don't really care. I don't know if there's only been one time the chains have ever held me. Most of the time they hurt you. Chains will actually pull down on the hump and just make it go pull down faster. So, yeehaw. So that's the next project. Is I gotta peel all the spot welds to get that, or figure out how to get that plate off there, and then start cutting that thing down since it's much bigger, and start putting it in here after I get the car off. Which, when I go to work today, I will charge the batteries on this thing, since that one-wire alternator isn't working as well as I thought it would. I thought it wasn't supposed to drain the battery, but it has been draining the battery. So that's it. Trailer update for now. See ya.